Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and I am a part-time reseller. I do resell on the platforms eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And this is week 5 of my what sold during the month of October videos. I did have a goal this month to profit $2,500. So I will discuss all of that, like my full monthly recap, in another video. This is just going to be what sold week 5, give you my breakdown for each of the platforms, what my net was, and go over some of the sales here. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I want to start off with Mercari because I don't always have sales on Mercari, but I did have 2 sales this week. The first thing to sell was a Harley Davidson coffee mug. It said Harley Dude on it. It was a really cool mug. I picked this up at a yard sale, I believe, not too long ago. It sold on Mercari for $11 plus shipping. The buyer did pay $11 shipping, so it was kind of expensive on Mercari, but I listed this before I realized that I could have shipped it maybe a little bit less expensive on my own, but I would have had to do free shipping, so it's a little tricky. So I just decided to go ahead and do Mercari shipping method on this one. So my earnings after that was $9.90. The other item to sell was a new with tag Not Your Daughter jeans. These are black and white. They're technically jeans, but they look more like career pants, almost like trousers. They were new with tags. These were actually given to me from a good friend that gives me a few items constantly to sell. So I don't have anything into these. They sold for $22 with free shipping. It did cost me about $7.50 to ship them. They were just a little over a pound, so I sent them flat rate in a flat rate envelope. So my earnings after that was $12.30, which brings my net earnings on Mercari to $22.20. So not bad. It's better than $0, and I had 2 items move. Mugs, hard goods, I try to move as quickly as possible, even if I'm willing to take a little less, just because I'm scared of those items to break. So I'm very glad that I sold this Harley Davidson mug. Alright, so next let's go ahead and move on to eBay. On eBay I did have a few sales, so this was my second highest profiting platform this week. I did sell a few Pokemon card lots. These were just mixed card lots. I've been recently going through a lot of my Pokemon cards, so any extras or anything I have, I'm just selling those at a very inexpensive cost. So I sold a few of those for $2.50, 99 cents, $2. And then the other things that I sold were pretty much a mixture. So one thing that I think was really cool was this Alaska Ulu. It's a wooden cutting board, so it's the type of wood that this cutting board is made out of. This was brand new, sealed. I found this at Goodwill for $3.99, I believe. And this sold for $30.19. My total net after fees and shipping was $16.70. I also sold a pair of boots, the North Face boots. I thought these were going to sell a lot faster. I've had them for quite a while and honestly haven't had much interest on them at all. So if you hear that chewing, that's my dog. Hopefully he'll calm down a little bit. But so these sold for $41.60 after shipping and fees. My net was $32.92. Those I did pay $8 for them at Buffalo Exchange Outlet. So the price that I sold them for was a good price, but I did expect to sell them a lot faster. I think I've had them listed for about 3 months now. Then I sold some ink. Ink is always a really good thing to look for and pick up. It usually sells pretty quick. This is a 5-pack Epson Genuine 99 color ink. So this actually, I've had 2 of them. They were given to me as well, so I have no money into those. The first one sold for $50. This one I had a sale running. And it was at $43 discounted, and somebody sent me an offer for $40. I went ahead and accepted that. So that sold, it was $42.12 was the gross. My net after fees was $36.48. I also sold a new in packaging sealed handheld game. So these games are actually really good to look out for, especially when they're sealed. This one was a Mega Screen Solitaire Classic game. They usually sell quick, and some of these games can sell for a lot, especially if they're sealed. They can go for like up to $100. And usually you can find these at yard sales or at Goodwills, thrift stores for, just a few bucks. So this particular one I did pick up at a Goodwill for $2.99. It sold for $26.41. My net after fees was $20.66. The next item to discuss is a pair of Levi's. These were men's vintage Levi jeans. These sold for $18.70. After shipping and fees, my earnings was $8.61. The interesting bit on this pair of jeans was that they did sell through the eBay Global Shipping Program, and the buyer messaged me right after they purchased, and it was early in the morning, saying if I could please ship them today. And I looked and I seen that it was from a different country, so I said, yeah, of course, no problem. And then the next day they said that the tracking had dropped off for whatever reason, if I could reapply tracking. So I sent them the tracking number, but there is also a global tracking number as well, so I sent them both. I just wanted to notate that, like with the eBay Global Shipping Program, the tracking number, like for us, is sent to the Kentucky distribution warehouse for eBay, and then that's where eBay opens up the item, inspects it, repackages it to meet, the country's restrictions or quotas or whatever they need to meet, like just for the full inspection to send to another country. So they do repackage it there, and then from there they send it out to the other country. So there are two tracking numbers. So the first one I gave them just so that they can see the progress to getting, within the states, and then the other one they'll need to see the progress when it's moving out of the states. So that's just something to keep in mind if you do use the eBay Global Shipping Program. And also just know, if you add a lot of extra fluff and excitement on the packages, most likely the buyer is not going to see all that, because like I said, eBay has to open it, inspect it, and then they will repackage it. So just make sure you ship it safe enough to get to the Kentucky warehouse. Maybe include a business card or something. I would hope that eBay keeps the business cards in there, but I do tape mine to usually I put everything inside of a plastic bag, so I tape mine to the plastic bag with a sticker, and hopefully it stays in there. They put it back in the bag, but just don't invest too much in just like the extra excitement fluff stuff, because the customer may not be seeing that. Okay, and the other item that sold was a pair of boots, Donald J. Plainer. These boots had already sold once. The buyer did not pay for them. They messaged me after they bought them saying if they could please pay. It was like 3 days later. I said, sure, that's fine, because after 4 days of unpaid, I have an automatic unpaid items case opened up on eBay. So within 3 days, it was nothing to worry about. Well, then the third day came and went, and it was the beginning of the fourth day, and she hadn't paid. So I messaged her, and I said, hey, were you still wanting to pay, because this unpaid items case is going to be open? And she said yes, so she was so sorry. Her son was in the hospital, and she hadn't had time to go to the bank to deposit money, that she would pay first thing tomorrow morning. I said, okay, no problem. I'll go ahead and take off the unpaid items case so that she doesn't get a ding on her account. She was very grateful for that and said that I wouldn't regret it. Well, the next day came and she still hadn't paid, So I messaged her again. I had no response. So I went ahead and put the unpaid items case up, and she never paid. So I just relisted these, and I relisted them for the same amount that I sold them to her for, which I had sold them for her on a best offer for $30. I relisted them for that amount. I didn't realize that they would relist for that same amount. I thought they would relist for my original asking price, but then I had a sale going on in my closet. So these ended up selling, like after fees, shipping, and everything, for $38.16. My total after all of that was $31.06. So that was my total net, which was a little bit less than I was hoping, because I did have the buyer pay shipping on this. So that's why it seems like it's still okay. But with the buyer paying shipping, I think they paid $26 for them plus the shipping. Okay, so that's really all I'm going to go over on eBay for my sales there. To go ahead and just give you guys a total. My total gross for eBay was $313.32. So after fees, shipping costs, and everything, my net was $204.24. So I was happy with that. So I'm at $22.28 for Mercari, and then $204.24 for eBay. Now, Poshmark, again, was the big money maker for me. Poshmark, I had the absolute most sales, so let's go ahead and get into Poshmark. Okay, so for Poshmark, I had a total of 28 sales. I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly here. I may not talk about every single sale just because that's a lot. So I'll just kind of hit the, ones that had like special cases or exciting, or, the higher dollar amounts, or something that I might not pick up again. So the first thing to sell was actually returned. So this was a pair of Bionic Casey Clog studded shoes. These sold for $41, so that was on best offer, which I realistically wanted $60. But I made a mistake on these, so that does happen, and I just like to share that so everybody knows that it happens. I listed them at a size 8, and they were actually a size 9. So the buyer received them. Of course, they didn't fit. They opened up a return case, and yes, I said, I'm so sorry, go ahead, return it. Poshmark returned it. Poshmark actually asked for additional photos, so I wasn't sure what that was about, but they accepted it, so this item is being returned to me, but it all happened within the same week, so I'm just kind of counting that as a wash. I'm not actually listing that as a purchase or refund or anything like that. But I did sell quite a bit of shoes, so I sold a pair of Sperry shoes. Now, I did have a 50% off sale, just like a one-day pop-up. I only advertised it on Instagram, and I did get a few sales from that. So this one was one of those sales. It was $30 on best offer. So this pair of shoes, I actually had them originally listed at $70, I believe. And then I'd been sending out really good offers and decided to price drop it to $60 because I realistically, I think that they should have sold for about $50, but then somebody came in and bought it at my half off sale, which is completely fine. So I made $24 on that. Now, the first bundle to sell with my half off sale was really exciting. She was not even following me on Instagram, but I guess she's seen it with one of my hashtags that I included, which was really cool. So she bundled Helly Hansen. These are boots, like winter boots, an Everlane men's short sleeve casual shirt, and a vintage Dana Scott firework sweater. This sweater I purchased last year, and I wore it for New Year's Eve last year. It's such a fun, perfect New Year's Eve or firework sweater. So she bundled all of those, and the order price was $41 and my earnings was $32.80. So that was really exciting. If you by chance watch my YouTube videos, thank you so much for your purchase. Now the next bundle to sell actually came from a viewer. So this is the first viewer who's reached out to me and has purchased directly from just watching my YouTube videos. I don't think that they are on Instagram or anything, but they messaged me saying that they found my closet from YouTube, and they really liked the stuff that I had. So they bundled 2 items. One was a Free People denim jean jacket, and the other was a North Face black zipper jacket. Now the bundle came out to $65, and she offered $50. I gladly accepted, and my earnings was $40 for that. So the interesting thing about this one is, one, it's exciting, right, because of making some YouTube content that created a new sale, but it also created a returning customer because she liked a couple other items in my closet, and I was running the sale, so I messaged her after she had just received these items, gave me 5 stars. So then I messaged her saying, hey, I noticed you like some other closets. If you like, I'd be more than willing and excited to offer you 50% off as a returning customer. So if there's anything that you want, feel free to add it to a bundle and I'll send you the offer. She was so excited and very happy with that, and immediately added items to her bundle and told me she was ready. Go ahead, send the offer. So the items that she added came out to $150. So I sent her an offer for half price, which was $75. She accepted. My earnings was $60. This bundle was another jacket. It was a Columbia interchangeable pink jacket, which I really loved. I had originally bought this on Poshmark for myself, but I just don't have any need for it. And then a new in-box Steve Madden sneakers. These I purchased at Nordstrom Rack for during their clearance event, so it was retail arbitrage. And then a pair of Free People distressed denim jeans. Those jeans I purchased at Buffalo Exchange Outlet during their half off. So the jeans I paid $4. The sneakers I believe I paid $22, and then that Columbia jacket I paid $4. That one I think, well, it might have been $5 because it was in a bundle that I purchased on Poshmark, so it was like 4 something. So not bad. So my earnings $60 on that one. I'll definitely take it. Plus, it's a returning customer, it's a happy customer, and I've kind of built a new relationship, which is always exciting. Then I sold quite a few items on Offer to Likers. I sent out a lot of offers because I knew this was the last week to my month, and I wanted to really go out with a bang and make sure that I exceeded my goal for this month. So I sent out a lot of offers. So a lot of $8, $10, $15 offers. One of the offers that I sent out was on this Anthropologie high jacket. This was a vegan leather jacket, and it was great. It was a really cool jacket, but they were all over the place on Poshmark. There was a lot of them, so very oversaturated. So this one sold for $30 on offer to likers, so I was happy with that. I did pay $8 for this at Buffalo Exchange outlet, but that's fine because I almost tripled my money there. Another item to sell, which I was a little sad to see go, because these were mine. They're Converse High Top All-Star DC sneakers. They were Bane, so the villain character Bane. I really liked them. I just didn't have any need for them. I hadn't been wearing them, so I went ahead and listed them, and I've had them listed for quite a while at a higher price. They sold for $20 on offer to likers, so not as much as I would have liked. Maybe I should have just held on to them, but I really don't need them, so I'd rather take the money, I guess. Another item to sell was a Vera Bradley set. This set I definitely overpaid for, but I just really liked that it was a set. It was the quilted crossbody purse, and it was another like crossbody pocket book, so like a little bit smaller. So it was a larger and a smaller set, and they were matching patterns. I bought this at a yard sale for $10. The people selling them wanted $20, and it was the second day, and they said that they would take $10, but that was the lowest, so it's over $23. My earnings after this was just a few bucks, but I think it's just a nice piece to have in my closet, and you don't see the sets often, so I thought that it might sell for more. I was willing to take a chance. It didn't sell for what I wanted, but at least I still made a profit. I do just want to note that I did sell 3 Anthropologie pieces this week. All of them for a lot less than people would have been selling them for about a year ago or longer. So Anthropologie still does sell, but the only way that you're going to get it to sell is if you have a super unique piece, a very rare retired piece, or if you're willing to sell it very cheap. So for me personally, I do kind of stay away from it unless I find it very cheap, or again, it's unique, rare, or something very in style and trendy, maybe new with tags. But it does still sell. It's just a lot harder to sell, so maybe be a little bit more selective with your Anthropologie pieces. And I know people ask this question a lot, if you list the item under its brand name or under Anthropologie. If the tag, like the material tag, has the Anthropologie code and says Anthropologie on it, I always list it as Anthropologie because I just feel like it gets more views. But if it does not have that on there, then I'll list it at the brand name. Now also on Poshmark, if Poshmark doesn't have the brand, because it doesn't have all the Anthropologie brands listed Poshmark. So if it doesn't, then I'll just list it as Anthropologie. But if it has the brand name in there, then I'll list it under the brand name. One cool sale was after all these offers that I sent out, offers to likers, my 50% off. I did get a full price purchase, which is always exciting. This was a pair of Torrid jeans. These jeans I bought a few months ago at Goodwill. I paid $7 for them. They sold for $30. My earnings was $24, so that was a nice flip there, tripled my money. Definitely excited about that. Okay, so that's it for Poshmark that I'm going to share. So basically my total net for Poshmark ended up being $427.43. Very, very happy about that. That's the kind of numbers that I'm looking for on eBay. But I'm not doing enough on eBay, so that's my fault. Yeah, so my total net for the week was $653.87. Very happy with that because my goals were $500 every week net. So I definitely exceeded that goal this week, and it was a good week from last week as well. So very happy with that total. This week especially, I wasn't focusing as much on listing new items as I was on moving out a lot of items, running sales, and just sending out offers and things like that. So plus, the more you sell, especially having like all of these sales in smaller dollars, the more shipping that there is, or the more work that there is in that as well. So now I am going to be focusing on listing, especially with the holiday season coming around. I'm not going to proactively be sending out offers like daily or every other day. I might do it like once a week or maybe even twice a month or something in November and December. But I just want to focus on listing and see how that really does. So this month in November, I'm going to have the same goal because there's technically going to be one less week. So my goal for November is still going to be $2,500 in profit, but one less week, so it is going to be still challenging there. But look forward to my monthly recap so you can see how I did for the month, little sneak peek, spoiler alert, I did exceed my goal. I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to discuss kind of how I did that, what I did on each platform, what my, any fees are for the month. And I did source actually two items. I'll go over that in my monthly recap. So I didn't go the whole month with zero sourcing, but I did very, very well. And we'll see what November leads as far as sourcing goes. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, you may want to consider doing that as well. I do make reseller content, but I am getting ready to transition here into full-time reseller, which means full-time entrepreneur, full-time making money, full-time hustler, full-time all of the good stuff. So I may be branching out with my content a little bit more to be more specific, more detailed, and just, show you guys my progress and how I'm transitioning and things like that. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.